Hello, welcome back to the vlog. It's actually 5 o'clock, but we're gonna start the vlog today and it's gonna go into tomorrow too because Momcozy sent me these two pumps and we're going to kind of compare the two. I'm gonna pump one whole day with this pump and one whole day with this pump, and then we'll compare them at the end to kind of see how they did. This is their V1 Pro breast pump that's hospital grade. It has like the connection, like the suction tubing, kind of like a Spectra or a Motif. Or I don't know any of the other pumps because of the only two that I've used. And then this is their hands-free. I believe this is the V6. I believe this is the V6. And I actually have the V9s too. These are the V9s and these are what I have. Hold on, let me put one together. This is the pump that I have been using since I had Mateo. I use this pump religiously. It's one of my favorite pumps. So this is the V9 and they sent me these to try out. So what we're gonna do is I usually pump 1 to 2 times a day. Usually I'll pump in the morning if I feel full after feeding Mateo, and then I always pump at night right before bed. Like I always pump right before bed in hopes that like he'll sleep through the night and I won't be as engorged. He's actually almost never slept through the night. Definitely not since his 4-month sleep regression. So I think what we're going to do is pump 2 to 3 times a day with each of these and then compare them at the end to see like output. Does it do similar output? Is one doing more, like significantly more, or is one doing significantly less? And then just kind of see how they go. So we're going to get these all unboxed and we're going to get them all cleaned and ready for the next 2 days. And we're going to pump together because why not? Let's see which one's the best one. I am going to compare them to my V9s as well, because in the end, if the V9s are my favorite, I'm still going to let you guys know that those are my favorite. But we're going to give these two a shot. So thank you, Momcozy, for sending these to me, and I'm so excited to try them and make this video for you guys. I'm going to start by opening up the V1 Pro first, and we're going to open them up together on camera just so we get the whole experience and you guys know exactly what you're expecting if you decide to pick out this pump for your breastfeeding journey. Because I know that it is very overwhelming and there's a lot of pumps on the market. If I can. I know with me, like I paid for one, or I got one through insurance, and then I paid for like 1 or 2. And then of course I've had brands send me pumps as well to try. But I know that pumps are just one of those things where it's very overwhelming. I feel like everything for a baby is very overwhelming, but a pump is definitely one of those, especially if you become a mom who is strictly deciding to pump and feed your baby with a bottle. Here's what it looks like with the seal off. Same thing, the plastic wrap was literally clear. And we're just gonna open it up. Okay, so inside we have just like a little instruction manual. We have the motor to the pump. I'm gonna set it down real quick. Yeah, the motor to the pump. And then we have, in here is our phalange size ruler, our user manual, and a quick start guide. I love how they include the, I love how they include this nipple measurement ruler inside of their pumps. I think that that is such an amazing touch that all breast pump companies should have. So we have silicone valves. We've got, this is the tubing. And then these are inserts. And research has shown that pumps are more efficient if you're actually using that plastic phalange size. If you get it in your actual size, it's more effective, but these are nice to have on hand, especially when you first start breastfeeding, to see when they change, because they do tend to change sometimes. And then once you have a good idea on what size you are, it is recommended to go and buy the hard plastic ones, or like the phalanges in your true size. Just pulling all this stuff out. And then here is the charging cable, and we have the cups. I have never tried a like primary pump that had the cups. I think it's Legendary Milk that has those pumps, the cups that you can add to your Spectra, and I've never gotten those. So I'm excited to try these and see how they work. Okay, so here's the tubing. I guess they gave me a replacement tubing, so that's really nice. And then we can open these. And then here is what the cups look like. So they have, let your backpack on, baby. They've got the covers on them, which is super nice. I guess we didn't need to take that off. Where you can pour right here, the pouring spout. I see, baby. It's such a cool backpack. I wonder if these can stand. Okay, so these can actually stand onto a flat surface like this. I don't know if they're gonna stand on my hand, but they do stand on my counters, which is nice because I have a different type of wearable pump that has these cups, the wearable cups, and they do not, you're not able to put them on the counter like that. You have to put them like this, and I'm always nervous that they're gonna spill. So that is everything in the box, and I'm gonna go ahead, and since I haven't nursed Mateo recently, I'm gonna go see what size mine are measuring at. I haven't measured in a really hot minute. So I'm gonna measure, and then we can come right back to see what phalange inserts I need to put in. These are 24 millimeters. On here is 24. I should have measured a long time ago because I'm measuring at 15 millimeters. And when I had Mateo, I was measuring at like 17, 19, so that's crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the, you can like go up, you can go up a few, you can't go down a few. So they only have 19, 17, and 21. So I'm gonna put the 17 in because I'm hoping that I can get away with 17. So I'm gonna wash these. Wash all these parts, and we're going to use these tomorrow. So these just pop right into the cups like that. And now it's the perfect size phalange for you. But like I said, research has shown that you should use your actual phalange size parts. It's more effective. So this is going to be the first Momcozy, the V1. We're going to wash all these parts, and we're going to use this baby tomorrow. We're going to open up the V6 one next. This is called Mobile Style TM. He's holding my finger, so this may be a little bit more trickier. But honestly, you might be pumping with your hands full, so the ability to be able to do that is very important. And then we got to cut this seal. It says once this seal has been broken, you can't return it. So, and then it says mole style seamlessly aligns with a woman's lifestyle like it does the curves of her breasts without compromising her essence. Just pump the way you like and experience the next level freedom. This one came with a case, which my other one came with a case too. Let me show you that one. The V9 case is significantly larger, almost double the size, I think. So here is the new case. Here is the V6 case. This is with one hand. I'm trying to do this. I'm going to try to hold them up like this. Okay, so see, you guys can kind of tell the size difference of them. The M9 is just a little bit thicker. So that's the M9. And then this is the new one. Very similar inside. Actually, very similar inside. Like almost the exact same. It has this strap that holds them in place, and then up here is like where you put all your accessories. So we're gonna go ahead and open the pump because I think that's in here is like all the same stuff. Your manual, the breast phalange kit, some more stuff, phalange inserts, your charging cables, everything like that. Came with 2 charging cables instead of just 1. So let's open up the pumps and see what they look like. These are really pretty. I love their new color right now, like the maroon. I really, really like that color. Okay, so this is what these pumps look like. Oh, they have that different type of diaphragm in them that one of my other pumps have. They have a very similar diaphragm to that. Actually, let me show you it. I actually don't even know where that pump is at. So it has a very similar of a diaphragm as this one does. So it has the same protective style case, and then it has a very similar style flange, like the double. Here is the one from the V1 Pro, the double. And then here is the one on the V9 is like wider, but it is double walled, if you guys can see that. And I just literally needed this, so hopefully it still works. I really love the coloring of this. Like, it's really pretty. I don't know. Okay, it's a really pretty color. Okay, so shut off after 30 minutes, fully charge before the first use, do not charge, or do not turn on while charging, all this normal stuff. It has the charging port on the side. And let's see how easy it is to take apart. It also has that pour spout on top. I don't know if you guys can, yeah, there we go. There's the pour spout on it. So these are made of like a hard plastic. And this is like one piece. So I'll show you guys, like it pops up. So this is like one big plastic piece. This is what the V6 looked like. This is the cup. And then the duckbill and stuff right there. And then here is your valve and your duckbill. They're also attached to this. Yeah, this doesn't come off. So very different kind of setups. Similar like these, but like different diaphragms. Like this is the traditional circle diaphragm, and there's that one that like you fit inside, like this one, and tiny little duckbills. And then so the V9, I'll show you guys the V9. It like comes completely apart. So your cup is down here, and then you have your duckbill that screws in, and then you have your backflow diaphragm right here, and it all pops out. So that's what the V9 looks like. So that's kind of a rundown of all the different pumps that I have right here. The V1, the V6, and the V9. The V9 I love, adore, used it for 5 months now. So I'm excited to try these. So tomorrow we're gonna start with probably the V1. Tomorrow we'll probably start with the V1, and then the day after that we'll do the M6. But yeah, I'm super excited. I really love all them. Definitely, I'm gonna do like a review of all that again when I'm not having to hold a little baby. But I will do that in like my final review of all the pumps and tell you guys which one's my favorite and stuff like that. And we'll break down everything all over again. But yeah, I'm gonna wash all this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our first pump with the V1. Good morning. We are going to be using the V1 Pros today. I did use them last night so that I just kind of have an idea on how to use them. So I put them in the fridge for me to use this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in. It is around 9:30 a.m. So I'm gonna try to pump at 9:30 today and tomorrow with both of the different pumps so that we kind of stay at the exact same time. So I'm going to put these in, and we're going to pump for about 15 minutes and see how much we get. Here is kind of like what it looks like. You can wear it around your neck if you would prefer. But it kind of vibrates a lot last night when I was wearing it, or when I was holding it. So I don't know if that would be kind of like it it would be kind of weird because it's vibrating. And then these, the adapters, just kind of, you line them up and then you just click them in and then they're good. So do that with the other one as well. And last night it got me 7 ounces. So I'll probably do the same thing tonight where I'll use the M6s just to kind of see what they give me tonight, and just so that I know how to use them for tomorrow. So I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do this, or maybe I'll take a day break in between, but we'll figure it out. So I have my inserts in there, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my bra. And honestly, I forgot to make sure that they're facing inwards. That's what I found last night, is that you want the tubing to face like your midline, like so. You don't want them to be facing the other way. It kind of like kinks them. That's what my experience was last night when I did that. And I'm just wearing like a regular nursing bra. It's not a pumping bra to use these because they're the cups, which is nice. The pumping bras are not really my favorite. They kind of give you a lot of lines on your clothes because of how many layers the bra is, but they would also work with the pumping bra, I would assume. Okay, so we're gonna do this for 15 minutes. You just turn it on. Here's what it looks like on. And so it's on massage mode now it's on massage mode with that little heart, and then it goes all the way up to 15 massage mode. And then with expression mode, it goes all the way up to 15 as well. So it's pretty powerful. It says it's hospital grade. And then of course it has the combo, the massage, pool. So I will report back in 15 minutes. I'm doing like a full review. So I'm wearing it how it's intended to wear. And honestly, I don't even feel the vibration on my chest. Last night when I had it on my lap, it was kind of like wonky, so I was scared, but I don't even feel it on my chest really at all. I also discovered that you just like pull one of these little shoelace kind of looking things out, and then you just pull it through to take it on and off. This one can be moved too, so you can do either one to get it on around your neck. I just didn't do that, but you can release it and put it around your neck like that. So I wouldn't go do like crazy activities, but you definitely could like do chores. You could take care of your baby. Here's what they look like in my bra. I have about 12 seconds left. We're gonna let it go that entire 12 seconds just for our experiment to be accurate. Okay, 15 minutes, we're done. Turning it off. We're gonna do right side first. I'll try to do this without flashing you guys. Yesterday I had a hard time taking these off. You kind of gotta grip them really carefully. So this is what I got on my right side. I got 2 ounces, and they do stand up on the counter. I will show you guys that in a second. And then we're gonna look at my right side. Okay. On my right side, we got like 3 ounces. So let me show you guys that they sit on the counter. So let's pour that into a bottle. Got the tap. I'm gonna pull up and we're gonna pour it into a bottle. So there is one thing different about this one versus the M9 that I have, and that is that you can actually store those cups in the fridge. I mean, I guess you could do this because it's completely covered, but with the M9s, you would just take this off, take out your duckbill, and then they have these little caps that you just put on there like this, that you're able to put in the fridge. And then if you wanted to, you could go and grab another cup, put your duckbill in, put all your pieces back, and you're good to use it again. So that is one difference between this one and the M9. Obviously, they're all gonna have differences, but that's the point of this video, is so that you can determine which pump you think is gonna be best for you and your lifestyle and your pumping journey. And then we're gonna pour this one in here. And I'm gonna be doing the fridge hack with these just because I don't feel like washing them a million times today. So I'm just gonna put the covers back on them. And we're gonna throw these into the fridge. At 9:30 a.m. with the V1 Pros, I got a little bit over 5 ounces, like just a tiny bit. So what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna take a little chalk marker and I'm gonna write on the lid of these. And I'm gonna put V1 and then I'm gonna put 9:30 a.m. so that we kind of know what we're doing. And then at the end of this, we'll compare all of them. So this morning with the V1 Pro at 9:30, I got just a tiny bit over 5 ounces. So I'll see you guys around, I wanna say like maybe 1 o'clock when Mateo goes down for a nap. Probably noon, 1 o'clock. And we'll pump then as well and see what we get then. So I'll see you guys then. I just got home from dropping off an order for my bakery. So it's 2:08. So I'm pumping right now for the second time. What, baby?
I'm done.
Okay, then look at the next picture. What color is it? Lilia's doing some homeschool and I'm gonna put my pumps in real quick while I'm there with her. Making sure I put these in. So they're in my midline. And then we're gonna pump for 15 minutes. Okay, I pumped for 15 minutes. It's been longer than 15 minutes, but I did pump for just 15 minutes. I turned it off. So we've got one pump. That's the left. And then we have the other one. The right. And I don't pump a lot during the day like this anymore, so I'm probably not going to get that much, but it just makes sure that they're both pretty similar in output. We're going to keep all of today's in the pink lidded bottles, and then all of tomorrow's will be in the yellow. Wait, did I do pink or did I do yellow? I did pink, so all of today's will be in pink. So on my left side, I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these off. These are a little difficult to get off when you only have one hand, so I will say that. Okay, so right first, we got like an ounce. Okay, we got a little under an ounce. And then on this one we got, oh, let's look. Right under an ounce, because he just nursed on both sides too. So I do want to mention that these pumps are like actually really comfortable. I don't even notice that they're there, which is nice. Okay, so total I got like an ounce and a half, so like 0.75 each. So there's that. I'm going to mark it for 2 p.m. What did I do the other one? I did the V1. Okay. And we're gonna put that in the fridge. And then the next time I'm gonna pump is after he goes to bed, right before I go to bed. So it'll be way later. Also, I've pumped 3 times now with this pump. So for a total of 45 minutes. Last night I pumped for 15 minutes. This time I pumped, or earlier I pumped for 15 minutes. This time I pumped for 15 minutes. So 45 minutes total. And it's already on 1 battery left, like 1 there's like 3 bars. It has 1 bar left. So I'm gonna let it go until it dies, and I'll let you guys know the exact run time that I get from it. Yeah. But so far, we have, I think, around 7 ounces for the day. It's time for my last pump of the day with the V1s. So it is 10:30, just got out of the shower. I did just nurse Mateo for a few minutes on the right side, but I don't think he drank much. He just nursed to go back to sleep, which is a habit we have. But it's just easier because he'll nurse and like go back to sleep within like 10 minutes. Whereas like if I don't nurse him, it takes him like, Mauricio was not actually able to successfully get him down. So he's been wanting to nurse. So I'm actually gonna pump for probably 30 minutes unless this pump dies before then. Just because I want to make sure that I'm empty before bed. We'll see. I'll probably pump for the full 30 minutes. I don't know. Unless we want to go to bed. But locked and loaded. Here's what they look like in. I feel like they're not super noticeable. I mean, obviously you can tell that there's pumps in there, but they're not super bad. We have 47 seconds left. So we're gonna let it go. It's on 1, oops. I guess I finished. It's on 1 battery, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. But it will definitely last you probably a full day if you're doing 30-minute pumps, if you're doing like 3 or 4 pumps. So here's the left. This is the side that baby boy primarily eats on, so got like less than an ounce. And then this is the left. Pour this into a pink lidded container. I'm gonna wash it now. So it's taking apart it. And it okay, so I want to just show you guys how it comes apart real quick. I got my phalange insert inside. So I got that. Then the phalange pops off. And this whole thing is one piece. And then you take off the duck bill. And that's all of the pieces. So now I'm gonna write on here. I will see you guys tomorrow to use the M6s. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I know yesterday I pumped at 9:30, but today I'm gonna pump at 9 because Mateo's just not wanting to nurse right now. He nursed a lot last night, so I've tried to nurse him twice this morning and he's just not interested in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump. So these are very similar to my M9s. Oh, I need to put in, I have to put in the flange inserts, hold on.
So that way you can get gasoline.
Massage mode goes up to 9. I do like 7. Pump for 15 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, I pumped for 15 minutes, but I think I'm gonna have to pump for longer because I don't think that they got like anything. I don't know if you guys can tell. So I'm gonna pump for another 15 minutes.
I'm gonna get to all the way when it's drying and how am I get to the trash can?
The
Just
trash can's
to
dry.
give them more time. 12 more minutes, so like 27 minutes total. But Mateo's getting a little antsy, so we're gonna take him out. Right is right under 3, and the left is like 1.5. I also spilled powdered sugar all over them. Should have been recording then. Today we're gonna be using yellow lidded cups.
Oh, gas. I want to gas.
I do like that.
What?
That feature.
Do they pour out? Okay. Cover it. So that one was, yeah, a little less than 3 still. Just splattered milk all over me. So we got like right at 4. So I'll see you guys around 2 o'clock to pump again. It is 2:50 and I'm gonna put my pumps in. I just fed Mateo, so we'll see what we get. I'm only gonna pump for 15 minutes. I pumped for 30 this morning just to see if I got more output, but I don't think I did, so I'm just gonna stop at 15. So I have these in, we're gonna do 15 minutes and we'll be back. Left. Nothing.
I'm done.
Okay, now you get to color the rest of the picture. Half an ounce.
What blue?
It is 10:30. It's gonna be my last pump of the day with the M6s. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the sink. And we're gonna put these bad boys on. Okay, we're gonna let these go for a little bit and we'll check in. Pumped for 18 minutes, but I'm ready for bed, so we're gonna see what we got. And I'm not going to do any comparison tonight. We're going to save that for tomorrow with all of it. And then I'll give you guys all my final thoughts. So on the left, we got about 1.5 ounces. Mateo just woke up and nursed too right before I pumped. And he nursed on this side. Oh, do not open the flange to pour the milk. So like 1.5 ounces. And then on the right we got about 3 ounces. Okay, so the total for today is, or the total for just now, is about 4.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, and then for tomorrow morning we will talk about the V1, M6, and M9. So see you guys in a few seconds. Good morning. It is now the day after I used my M6s. Now I've used my M6s. I've used the V1s, and I'm also going to include the M9s because I already have those pumps. So let's review my thought process and my opinions on all three pumps. For starters, the V1 would be considered a primary pump, while the M6 and the M9 I would consider a secondary pump. The V1 is obviously going to be the best choice when it comes to if you're looking for a primary pump. If you're looking for a wearable pump, then you would obviously have the choice between an M6 and an M9, or they have more too, but I only have the M6 and the M9. Let's compare the morning pump between the V1 and the M6. So this is them. They've kind of obviously, this one is kind of already separated. So let me kind of try to get it back together a little bit so we can kind of see. And obviously I'm not an exclusive pumper, so it's not really like on how much milk I got out per se, but how the feeling, like, did I feel like they emptied me out? Which I'm going to talk about. This is the V1's morning pump, and then this is the M6's morning pump. And I personally feel like for this, obviously you can tell that the V1 pumped more milk, and I think it's just because it has that primary pump suction grade, and it just has the ability to empty me out better. And I'm not responding to wearables as much as I did freshly postpartum. I'm not saying I don't respond to them at all, but now that I'm 5 months postpartum, if I really want to empty my breasts out, I have to use a primary pump. I can't use a wearable because my breasts just don't respond to them the same way they do. So if you're looking for a pump for longevity, like you want a pump for a year or so, I would definitely suggest going something with like the V1 as the primary pump, just because at any point you could stop responding to a wearable, and that's kind of what's happened to me. That was my morning pump. And then the second pump of the day, this is the V1, and then this is the M6. And as we can tell, like, these are both pretty much the same. I think they're a little bit kind of like the same with the morning pump, just a very little bit of a difference. But I genuinely think it could be factored to, like, my son ate more this day at this time, or ate more this day in total, or it's just because I have very elastic nipples. And when I'm using a wearable pump like this one, it's dirty because I still haven't washed it, but I put it together for this video. I have to have the suction on like almost like max. I've tried having it on low to see if I get more out. I have to have the suction on max because I have such elastic nipples. So for the M6s and the M9s, I feel like if I would have invested a lot of money into these pumps in the beginning and I was getting the output that I was getting, I would be very excited. But then having the experience I've had now where the wearables, I'm just not responding to them as well. They do a good job at like getting milk out, but they just don't completely empty me. I feel like they're always going to leave like maybe half an ounce to a whole ounce within my breasts. So that's something to consider when you're going through a primary pump and a secondary pump, is the longevity of your pumps. Okay, so those are the afternoon pumps. And then the last night pump is usually the only pump that I do in the day nowadays. But since I've been pumping in the morning and afternoon and at night, I'm probably just going to keep doing it. So here's the difference. And as you guys can tell, the V1 did not get as much as the M6s did at night. So that's where like, I think it depends on what your goals are for breastfeeding and for pumping, and then obviously what you're going to respond to. I think that they're both really great pumps. Actually, I think all three of them are really great pumps. I've never had problems with any of those pumps. Like, they've always gotten milk out. I think the wearables have just become to the point where they just don't empty me out as well, just because I personally don't respond to them. I don't think it has anything to do with the pump or the way that the pump works. I think it's just that I don't respond to them as well some days. So with that being said, I'm going to combine. I'm trying to get this off so I can wash it. I'm going to combine all the pumps from one day into a bottle, and we're just going to compare the total amount in them, and kind of go off of that. But I don't really think at the end of the day that the amount of milk I got out is a factor on how well the pumps work. Now, if one didn't get anything out at all, then that would obviously deter my opinion a lot. But I think it also depends on how much Mateo is going to eat throughout the day, since he's an exclusive nurser. Like, he doesn't have bottles. So he might take more one day and leave some the other day. So that could cause the variable. Whereas if I was an exclusive pumper, I would want to probably see the same number every single day between all my pumps. Okay, so from the V1, I got a little bit over 9 ounces. So this bottle holds 9 ounces. The line is like right there. So you guys can tell it's like a little bit more than 9 ounces for one day. And this is all oversupply. So this is what I made on top of exclusively nursing my son. Now let's look at the M6s. As you guys can tell, my son's getting a little frustrated, so I'm gonna have to speed this up. But I think you guys get my opinion. Like, I think that they're both really good pumps, depending on what your journey is going to look like. If you're going to become an exclusive pumper, I think it's really important you have a primary pump and you use that the majority of the time. I know that on social media, people will tell you to use a wearable pump. And if you respond to those and you feel like you're getting empty, that's great. But I think to start off, everyone should have a primary pump, because I think that's just going to be what makes you the most successful. Okay, so for the M6, I got a little under 9. So you guys can see that line. I'm trying to hold it up straight. It's a little under 9. So between the 2 days, I got around 18 ounces total. I think that they did both a great job. I don't think that there's really any difference in the way that on the output they have. I think that I responded well to both of them, actually. I have some other pumps that are wearable that I don't respond to at all anymore. I've tried everything. I've replaced parts. I have done low suction. I've done high suction. I've done just expression mode. I've done massage and expression mode, or I've done just massage mode. Like, I've tried everything, and I just don't respond to those pumps anymore. I don't really know what the problem is, but I have always responded to Momcozy at least a little bit. And with this experiment, it seems that I am responding to them. Maybe it was just that one pump that kind of made me feel like I wasn't responding to wearables as much. But in the end, I think that everyone should have a primary pump and a secondary pump. If anything, just a primary pump. So if you're someone who just wants one pump, or your insurance pays for it and you only can get one pump, get a primary pump. So the V1 is a primary pump. Some other ones on the market are like the Spectra, the Motif. Like, if your insurance is paying for it, they might not have Momcozy. So get like the Spectra, the Motif. Medela has one, I believe. I'm sure that Lance, whatever that brand is, they probably have one too. But Spectra is obviously like the most common. But in the end, I think all of them did really well. I want to do a separate video, because I know this video is going to be really long, about all the different features of them and how they all work, and just compare that, not just compare their function. I want to compare like their massage modes, how loud they are, how bulky they are, and all that type of stuff. But I'm going to do that in a separate video, because this video is probably already close to an hour long. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in our next one. Bye, guys.
So I'll just close my eyes.